Lords of Sin is a dark and brutal Dungeons & Dragons narrative play intended for adults and adults only. Specific content warnings can be found in the episode descriptions. Ivor is burning, and you've got front row seats.
The Tower of Bells has numerous bells and belfries spanning the 400-foot-tall tower. Construction of the tower, at that time simply known as the Great Bell Tower, was first ordered by Queen Mela in the year 573 and was completed in 608 under the oversight of Master Architect Kelda Rant. It was initially intended solely as the city's bell tower, but in the year 655, Queen Melora ordered construction of the Temple District, housing all homes of worship within the same district of the city, and rededicating the bell tower of Highgale to a new purpose, to be a symbol of unity amongst all of the faiths. Queen Melora ordered the retrofitting of the recently completed tower to include numerous new belfries, which would have bells crafted or donated by the different faiths housed therein. After the construction was completed 10 years later, in 665, the tower became known as the Tower of Bells. Over the next 443 years, numerous repairs and restoration efforts were necessary due to wind and rain damage, and an accidental fire which started on the 5th floor. None come close to the repairs that will be needed after Zariel's assault on Highgale. But, thanks to the efforts of the heroes of Highgale, the Tower of Bells still stands. There are two enormous engines of hellish war that lie in ruins beside enormous pieces of masonry fallen from nearby buildings. The only evidence of the foot soldiers of Avernus is their armor and the cherubic face shields of their helmets that lay here and there staring at you.
I turn to, I'm just going to assume it's Lorwryn. I'm going to make it Lorwryn. And seeing Kalista off in the distance at the edge of the roof.
Yeah, this is why we never dated. She's scary.
Literally half a second after he finishes saying that, Kalista's little emerald green silk slippers slip on the roof tiles, and she just tumbles off like a leaf hid in the ground.
And Jen leans over to Lorwryn and is like,
well, you know, sometimes destruction's a little clumsy.
Korrin still big. Notices the tower missing sections of it. Korrin starts going over and picking up the rubble and putting it, trying to fit it back in place, using some of the mud that's on the ground and just kind of trying to fix it.
As you start taking these large pieces of stone, trying to reaffix them, we see a priest dressed in simple brown robes, classic friar's haircut, late 20s, steps out from one of the dorms nearby, the dormitory buildings, and sees this lull, this victory, and goes to run to the bell tower and runs inside through the front door, past large pieces of masonry and stone that have fallen and shattered here.
Shin drops down off the roof, looks over at Jaeger.
Jaeger! I need your assistance.
And he very lightly and quickly runs over to Val.
Lift Val, and come with me.
Picks me up? What?
Why?
Why? What?
And it, like, looking at Val's numerous injuries, like extensive and numerous injuries.
I'm gonna walk it off. I mean, it's...
No, this is not the time for all this macho behavior. Just bear with me, Val, I promise.
And he beckons Jaeger and glides over to the front of the church and, like, opens what may have remained of the door.
And he's like, come.
I let him pick me up.
And he's gonna do it in the way where it's like, slowly, very carefully.
So, Shin, are you running, like, towards one of the dormitories, or are you running into the bell tower?
Wherever it would, to Shin, make sense that clerics would be.
Got it. You start heading over towards one of the doors once you've gotten Jaeger and Val on board. And just about 30 seconds after that priest ran inside the bell tower, the sound of one of the smaller bells from one of the belfries can be heard ringing. And just a few moments later, the doors from the nearby dormitories start to open, and priests, people in robes and armor, start to peek from the doors. And in this moment, with the sound of screams and explosions and collapsing buildings still heard in the distance, this ringing of this bell is somewhere between defiance and a death knell. And as the ringing continues to fill the air towards the door that you are running, Shin, and from several other nearby doors, priests, clerics in robes, and some in armor start to emerge, about 25 in total.
You there! If you wish to survive the night, I need you to make this warrior fighting fit. And please be quick, however many, the most talented you have. Put her right, and we will survive the night, I promise you.
It seems like excessive. I don't want to be a burden.
A Goliath priestess rushes over to you, Val, and those of you still outside, several of the priests also come running towards you all, their hands glowing with healing magic. You all have 80 hit points of healing to divide amongst your group at this moment.
I would suggest, who is the most injured among us besides Val? I know Val is very injured.
I'm fairly good. Like, very good. I don't need any.
Is there anyone that is kind of injured?
Lorwryn, right?
Yeah, Lorwryn is pretty rough. I would also love to have us re-update, given your current hit point scenario, how we all look. So as the Goliath priestess rushes over to Val, how are you looking in this moment?
Val is very bloody. Very, very bloody. I am worse for wear in the sense that I'm trying to say that I'm fine, but I am so clearly not fine because there's a giant lightning scar that goes from, was it my chest, down my arm. I have a very, deep lightning scar where the lightning hit me from the first hit.
As she sees you, in Saloon's name, just puts her hand and starts to try to restore what has been damaged. What is your current hit points?
47 out of 141.
Jaeger, what do we see as we look at you?
Jaeger looks about the same because he's metal, but there's indents in the armor now from the explosions. It looks like someone took a hammer to a car and just beat it. So he's got a bunch of indents. He is at 77 of 179.
Wow. And Lorwryn, I say we split it between the three of them, I guess. Hold on. I can help.
Well, when Shin jumps down off of the balcony and starts getting everybody over there, Lorwryn just kind of like drops to her knees and then does this thing where she like just kind of leans back, and then starts hearing that everybody's like healing from there, and so then silvery smoke just kind of comes up and envelops her body, and so she can go down onto the ground without taking further fall damage.
And I run over to Lorwryn, and I'm like, well, whether you're in this or not, you seem to have, you're involved now. Here, child of the Underdark. And I pour into her mouth a potion of healing superior. It's going to be 8d4.
And is then +8 on top of that.
So 28 total.
It's 58.
Kalista, how are you looking?
Kalista is lying on her back where she fell. She hasn't moved an inch. Her eyes are currently closed as if sleeping. And wound-wise, she looks pretty unscathed. She has like a slight trickle of blood coming from one of her nostrils, and that is it. But about 50-odd% of the black marks that cover most of her body seem to have faded to just pale white scars.
Korrin taking her time trying to quickly, but meticulously try to put the shapes back in order of the tower. Korrin's a big girl. She's good, but...
And that ends when you stop raging, right?
Yep, I'm trying to do it as quickly as possible
Okay.
because I know I have a time limit.
Yeah, so that's about up right about now.
Yeah, so we're done. She takes a step back and looks. All right, she's satisfied. And as she looks down, because Korrin did take several blasts from the cannon, chest first, you can see the shrapnel of different metals, teeth, and kind of wounds, pretty much equivalent of a shotgun blast. And as she looks down and she shrinks back down, she starts to feel it, but she's been hit harder. But she is bleeding from the wounds. And she is at 120 out of 92.
Shin is unscathed for the most part. He has a kind of a bruise on his shoulder, but mostly he is 165 of 173.
Look at you. Look at you.
So he's going to run over and he's going to give Korrin a potion of greater healing and Lorwryn a potion of greater healing each, because I have 7 now that I've been handed 1.
You also do, just a reminder, still have, from the priests now, 80 hit points to divide amongst your crew from their healing magics. How would we like to divide that?
I'd say divide it. I think we should divide it between Jaeger and Danny, since they seem to take the brunt of it. That is
my
my
Jaeger
suggestion.
and Danny.
That's what I think, and I'll give you guys greater potions. I'll give Korrin 1. That's going to be 4d4, and then Lorwryn, you should be pretty close by now because you got. I don't know where you're at now.
Out of game, I'm half health.
You're half health. Perfect. Then I'm giving you 1 each of you. Is that amenable to you both? Eh?
I'll take anything I can get.
Well, thank you, Shin.
Do I roll them or do they roll them since they're drinking?
They usually roll them.
There we go.
And just a thought, and it's up to y'all. You might want to allocate the 80 healing from the priests before you use consumables that are limited. Just a thought. But you all do you. I'm just speaking out as your teammate.
Yeah, I was going to say, isn't the 80 going to 2 people and then the potion's going to 2 different people?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we are
I
officially
think that makes
dividing
sense.
the 80, 40 and 40.
Yeah, let's just do 40 and 40
Yeah.
to make it easy.
And that is Jaeger and Val. Okay.
Yes.
Make it easy.
And then the potion is 4d4 plus 4?
4d4 plus 4, yes.
I now have the best hit points.
Hey, 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 hey.
I get 16. Oh, wait. Plus 4. Yep. I get 16 points back.
I'm going to take one, too.
Okay.
I have 2, so I'm going to take 1.
Is anyone still below 100 after your healing? Besides you. Yeah, I know. Mallow.
103.
Yeah.
So, the Goliath who was seeing you, Val, is very fatigued after spending a good solid minute working on where you had that lightning style wound. And afterwards she has to shake her head from the effort, incredibly drained, but you feel a lot better.
Thank you. I just am thanking her incessantly. Thank you. I just so appreciate it. That was so nice of you. I you know, fighting is hard work. I don't know.
No time to thank me. There are more.
I think you can stop while you're ahead, Val.
Okay. I love your god.
Did you say I love your god?
That's exactly what she said.
She pauses and even in like this nightmare scenario gives a small chuckle. Me too.
We best be moving.
Good luck, stay safe.
We must go.
At this point, a familiar individual or has a striking family resemblance to the head priest of Moradin that you have seen that you saw in the Crown's Council not an hour ago, is one of the armored individuals down here who steps out into the area in front of the Tower of Bells, where these hellfire engines are still smoking and burning, the shining armor of the Maragon still lying discarded all around here, steps towards you all. What in the God's name is going on here? We just started hearing screaming and...
We are being invaded. Yes, I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt, but to bring you up to speed faster, the Hells are invading the mortal realm.
He glances off, and over the roofs of some of the buildings here, you can see the tip. Well, you can actually see the black clouds that are gathered above where that large rift, that portal in the center of the city is. And you all just turn and stare at that roiling black collection of clouds with orange lightning streaking through it, the wind picking up. I'll rally everyone I can, and be ready to do what we have to do to shut that thing.
I must warn you, we do need your help, and we need you to rally all the men you can, and all the fighting people you have. But this will attract the attention of Zariel. But we will be there. That is the hope. That if we were hoping this would attract Zariel's attention, but I see now that there's a possibility that the only way to get Zariel to pay attention to us is by taking down the portal.
And when I've gotten everyone I can, we'll meet you there. We'll provide support for you the best that we can. We'll be ready.
May your gods protect you.
Just a quick salute over the emblazoned hammer of Moradin on his chest plate, and turns and starts barking out people's names and orders. Mechanically, in the final confrontation with Zariel, you all will have, at the end of each round of initiative, a healing pool that you can distribute amongst your people who are still in the area as you wish. This is not a guaranteed permanent resource, if you take my meaning. But it is something that you will start the fight with as available.
Kalista.
She does not respond.
What? This
She's
is
just
not the
lying
time
there.
to... Oh, are you unconscious?
She's sleeping.
This is... But
I run over to her. It's like, are you taking a nap right now?
Not anymore.
I applaud the level of peace that is required to sleep at this moment, but is that appropriate?
Is it not?
No. It is absolute... Korrin, back me up here.
No.
Listen, Shug, when a woman is sleeping, you'd never really wake her up, or she could set
This
you
is
on
not
fire.
the time for women stand together. We're being invaded by the hells.
I'm sorry, really?
You must wake them up properly. Yes.
Looks
Back me up,
around.
you know.
Really, Shin?
Kalista's gonna very slowly stand up. Seriously, Shin, you really, really lack manners sometimes.
I have no idea how old I am, but I am not old enough for this shit.
And walks off and goes to hang out with Jaeger.
Kalista's definitely 2 steps behind Shin, heading towards Jaeger as well.
You just get a couple pats on the back, Shin. It's like, yeah, it's okay.
And Shin is standing there and he's like, even the 2-year-old understands better than these fools. He has no idea how old Jaeger is. He just assumes it's not very old.
I can hear you, Shin.
I wasn't.
So, while you have had this brief lull, the city is still being assaulted. And the information that a few of you were able to gather from your elevated perspective, both in the belfry and before you teleported, saw a couple other things that were happening in the city. One, you were able to see the portal itself in the center of Highgale. 2, an additional attack force that was heading towards the city's garrison. 3, a large runic circle in a residential section, above which more of those black roiling clouds are growing. And those were the 3. I realize the pitch of my voice there implied a 4th was to follow in that list, but end of list. Because the other one that you saw was the assault on the Tower of Bells, the bell tower, and thanks to you all, the bell tower stands.
I suggest we head for the garrison, because they can help with all the portals that seem to be happening around the city and help us take the main portal itself.
I'm afraid if we head to the garrison, not only will we be lacking resources when it comes to finishing this thing, but it may be too late.
That is a valid concern. Any other suggestions, tactical or otherwise?
I thought you said you wanted to head to the portal.
I did.
Yeah, that was
but
my understanding.
I did, but now that I've reconsidered because of the other portals. I'm worried that if we go attack the portal now, though, it's very confusing. I'm used to doing things alone. So do we want to go to the portal or the garrison?
Just reminder, there is also that rune circle with the clouds that you saw. Just making sure you know that there are 3 options.
We get the vibe of what that is.
You can make me an Arcana check.
Oh boy.
I will say that anyone else who wants to make an Arcana check, since Jaeger's the one who asked, if you are proficient in Arcana, you can also make an Arcana check.
11.
As soon as Jaeger says that, I'm going to try to look and see as well, just because I'm like, that's a good idea.
Lorwryn got a 23.
Ooh, I only got 13.
At a 28.
Holy shit.
Whoa.
Wow.
Dang.
Home court advantage.
With the 24 and a 28. Dang, y'all. Level 16. This is... You can't tell if it's simulating or is actually ripping open a portal to the skies of Avernus itself. But whether it is a spell meant to replicate the skies or to actually bring parts of them here practically makes no difference. The end result would be the same. If this ritual, whatever it is able to conclude, it will level Highgale in a way unimaginable by simple foot troops. Out of character, imagine Meteor Swarm in an extended range.
With my 28, would I by chance
Ask
have
away.
an idea how long it would be? Like, my experience
Before
of
it's
opening
completed?
portals and such. Yeah, would I have a kind of estimation on time?
With a 28, this started relatively recently, so you probably have about 45 or 50 minutes. This looks like something that would take an hour to complete.
Okay, well, if my calculations are correct, Highgale will fall in less than an hour. Unless we can deal with it.
Oh, that seems to be the pressing matter. The fighting men should be able to protect themselves. So, Kalista.
I am very sorry to interrupt, but this happens mid-sentence. One of the priestesses of Saloon suddenly draws a knife and stabs one of her fellow priestesses right in the chest before she is subdued by other priests who are around her. Die! I've always wanted to kill you. As she's dragged off every single fucking day.
Okay, we have to take care of Zariel before we can handle that portal. This city will not last 45 minutes.
Can we kill her?
I don't
Yes.
know.
We can send her back.
Here's the thing I want to draw attention to, is that Zariel is flying, and we need to get her to come to us. We have to get her to fight on our court, otherwise we'll be fighting in her court, and I don't know about you. I can fly, can any of you fly? And I can't fly for all that long.
I can jump real good.
I have an idea. I think if we can shut down that portal that is spewing hellspawn into this world, perhaps it can piss her off enough to come down for us.
Oh, I think we just need to tell her that she's fat and that she will come and fight us. She's Wrath.
Well, go ahead and start screaming.
Bitch! Get your ass down here!
I mean, that works too.
Lorwryn, you shout this up right as the Goliath priestess of Saloon was walking over to your group, and she steps back for a second and walks over to you, Kalista. We've minded. We do not have many of these, but maybe they will help in your endeavors. And passes over 6 crystal vials, very small, only about the size of your thumb. And each one of these will, in the span of 10 minutes, provide anyone who drinks it the benefits of a short rest.
Thank you. This is much appreciated. Thank you.
And she explains that it is blessed water left under the full moon and blessed by Saloon.
Oh, okay, great. I
May she
don't
restore
really care
you.
about that.
Apologies.
She'll just take the
Sorry,
potions and take a step away.
Never mind.
Damn.
And the second she looks down at them, she's going to take one of them. Lorwryn,
Yes,
I think you'll want one of these as well. And she's going to toss you one. Anyone else in need of a shortened rest?
I have no idea.
I can take a nap.
I mean, if
hold on
nobody
to it.
hops up, she's putting these in her pocket, man.
I was gonna say, Lorraine's gonna tussle hers away into an interior pocket because she knows where like she's gonna be trying to be a little strategic with it. She knows what kind of fight is ahead, especially since they're trying to pick the fight.
I'm going to extend my hand out as well and be like, yes. I'm going to take the vial, but not take it yet. Just put it.
Can you roll me a persuasion check?
Yeah.
She's already squirreled these away.
Oh no, it's a 4. It was not persuasive.
Kalista, sweetheart, can I get mine, please?
Because you asked so nicely. Sure. And she'll toss one to Korrin.
Thank you, sweetheart.
And she will pocket the remaining 3.
As Korrin was talking to her and saying, "Oh, will you please give me one?" I'm gonna roll a sleight of hand with that. I got a 16.
Meets it, beats it.
All right, I take just one.
Okay. So there's 2 left in her pocket.
All right. Hold on. Before
Look,
we
there's
go
not a
into
great
the-
answer here. Let's just be real about that. There's not a great answer here. We've got a 45-minute timer for a
Yep.
meteor shower. We've got the Archduke of Avernus flying around, and we may or may not have lost the entire garrison for the city. We don't know yet.
Yes.
Guess we'll find out.
All right, real talk. I said we bust the fucking pad that's going to drop down the goddamn meteors. Because here's the thing: if we're in a fight with her and it starts running long and that shit starts dropping on us, that's another thing that we got to deal with. I'd rather deal with that bitch on her, like on a somewhat even playing field, versus having her to call backup for just environmental damage. Because fuck it, I don't want to deal with that shit.
I can't punch you meteors.
And the portal doesn't have a timer, so let's go to the ritual. I'm good with that. That was what I wanted in the first place.
There we go.
Did Kalista ever actually tell us that though? Because she's been really not telling us stuff. Does that make
I don't
sense? Like,
understand. I get that. I don't think she did. Well, no, she did.
I did inform you guys that it was about 45 minutes.
We're going to the ritual. It has a timer. That's the thing we are going to take care of first. Then we'll take care of the portal. Ritual first, portal second. Let's do it, guys. Let's fuck off.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You go running towards where you can see the roiling clouds growing and spreading in the sky. The orange lightning splitting across it.
How long is this walk? Is it
We were running.
10 or so minutes? This run? How far away were we from it?
I mean, Highgale is a large city, so I think, especially given the fact that you are having to dip and avoid things and can't take direct paths as buildings have collapsed and block your way, it will take you closer to about 15 minutes to get there.
Oh, good. My short rest went through.
And as you're running, you cross through a small market area. And we see, just off in an alleyway, barely noticed by you, if at all, 2 sisters, once shopkeepers, clawing at each other in the alleyway. One has gouged the other's eyes out, and as you run past, you just hear screamed, "You always thought you were better than me!" You run towards an area that you can see is another residential district, and a large number of the buildings here are currently aflame. There is black smoke rising. Are you all trying to move through here as quickly as possible, or as stealthily as possible, or something in between?
I feel like speed is the priority right now.
Speed is priority.
We've already lost 15 minutes trying to get over here. So, fuck it, we ball.
In that case, could I please get a group stealth check?
I'm really good at this, guys.
I rolled a 22.
I rolled a 14.
23.
12.
And
All my rolls sucked on that one.
14.
Okay. You all are, like I said, running through this burned, partially destroyed residential area. There are bodies, not everywhere, but far more frequently than you are comfortable with, every 40 or 50 feet. there's a body, sometimes more. And you all duck behind a small collapsed section of a roof that has fallen off of a building and manage to take cover right as a small patrol of those Maragons and hellish paladins on their flaming steed walk past. And one of them, the paladin on his horse, has a chain that is glowing orange in his hand that is wrapped around the two wrists of someone who is being dragged behind. Their screams cover any sounds that you might make. And you keep heading on towards this ritual. As you're getting closer, you can see as you enter a small shattered plaza. And you can see right on the edge of the plaza, the outer parts of a large runic circle that seems to be so large in magnitude that it goes across the ground in several buildings. It is easily 250 feet across in size. This ritual that is being conducted is enormous. Could you all, as you go searching for the epicenter of this ritual, could I get either a group investigation check where we take the average, or nominate one person to be in charge of trying to find the source of this? Or if you have alternative ideas, please shout them out.
Divine sense. A 60-foot pulse of being able to see where they are.
You are bombarded by like these tiny needles of infernal and fiendish sensation right on the outskirts, and you can just feel fiendish presence all around this city. You get two more precise indications. They are moving, and they are just on the 60 feet out edge of your sense, and they move into it and then out of it.
He's just gonna point and not say anything in that direction.
Using my arcane intelligence in regards to rituals and such, could I possibly try to devise where the main aspect of the ritual is taking place using Arcana?
Yeah, make me an Arcana check.
A 28 again.
Ooh, dang. Yeah, combined with Jaeger pointing at it, you do just some very quick math about the size of this and figure that most likely inside for safety, about 120 feet in that direction, you'll likely find the center of the ritual.
Kalista, question. Would
Yes,
a
Shin?
ritual like this be centered around like a singular individual? Like maybe there's a group, but it's like one person that's really harnessing all this, like a head mage or whatever.
Maybe. A lot of times, spells of this magnitude will require a few spellcasters at minimum. If Jaeger's senses are correct and my math is, as always, flawless, I suspect it's about 115, 120 feet that way.
I can move double that in an instant, almost. If I know exactly what I'm hitting, I can render whoever that might be or whatever unconscious, saying it is an entity. But I need to know what I'm hitting and where it is.
And he like pulls up, and you see like the wraps around his legs shimmering ever so slightly, and you would recognize, because it's a pretty common, well, not really common, but it's a sought after magical item of boots of speed.
And I'm a monk, but I need to know what I'm hitting.
Unfortunately, if I can't see it myself. I can't be 100% certain what exactly they're using to bind this spell, who is doing it, the details. I would have to visualize it myself.
I'm going to pull out. Like, is there buildings in the way from like 120? Like,
yes.
What? Okay.
You are currently, like I said, in a small ruined plaza.
Okay.
And as you're here taking a second to figure out the next course of action, the sky above continues to split with that orange lightning and molten embers, small, only the size of raindrops, start to rain from the sky, and at the same time this soft snow-like drift of ash. There is a statue of Queen Eleanor here in the center of this plaza, and it cracks and parts of it start to crumble away, and its face seems to, but it's not moving. It's just the way the cracking is making the marble change. It twists as if in rage.
We gotta get moving.
I agree.
I look for the highest building. The building in this plaza.
Highest building around here.
Yes, the tallest one, the tallest peak I can find.
Two-story
Okay.
building on the edge of this plaza.
I'm pretty sure a monk at this level can run up that. I think I'm allowed to do that. Is that a thing I have?
Korrin will base herself.
Oh, okay, awesome. And I'm going to launch myself up onto one roof, and I'm going to launch myself up to the next roof, and I'm going to get on top of this two-story building. I'm going to pull out my spyglass. I'm going to look in the direction of 120 feet of where Jaeger pointed. What do I see?
A number of buildings on fire.
Wow.
There is one in the center of a circle of buildings that are lit aflame that doesn't have a scorch mark on it. But the large runic circle does seem to emanate from that particular building.
I jump down, slow fall, because I just have that.
There's a building inside of a ring of fire, buildings that are on fire. I'm assuming that most likely, since that giant ring is centered over it, that's where we should go. And we should probably make haste.
Jaeger's gonna look over at Korrin. Lady Korrin. Knock, knock. And he's gonna bash his shield a little bit. Be like, let's fucking take this building down.
I like the metal man. He's nice. You have a sense and taste of destruction. I love that about you. Yes. Let's go.
As we're heading that way, I'm going to cast Mage Armor on myself, like, once I'm in view of the building.
So the first thing we need to establish is the marching order, or I guess running order. Who would be leading here in this moment?
Oh, that's going to be Shin, because he's 10 times faster than almost everybody else.
That makes a lot of sense to me.
Korrin will be next.
Kalista is going to be right behind Jaeger.
So I'll go after Korrin.
Go ahead and arrange yourselves however you will also on the map. All of these buildings around you are currently on fire as you go running towards the epicenter that Shin spied moments earlier. The smoke through here is choking as you go running forward. And as you get within about 60 feet of one of the corners of that unburned building, you see two armored foot soldiers, the Maragons, step forward and turn their sweet baby-faced helmets towards you. Could I get everyone to please roll me initiative?
All right, 14, not bad.
I got a 24.
24 for Val.
I got a 25, baby.
Damn.
Nice.
I got a 15.
I got a 12.
Call me the caboose at number 9.
Number 9. So our current initiative order, as it stands, is Shin, Val, Lorwryn, Korrin, Kalista, and Caboose, which is what I accidentally actually typed. Jaeger. So Shin, you are first up as you see these 2 foot soldiers and turn their halberds towards you and start marching your direction.
So Shin is going to he's going to run up this wall and then launch himself from the wall behind this person, so there's no attack of opportunity because I'm basically going around them. And I am going to stunning strike this one.
13. That'll fail.
And so do I roll the unarmed strike on him?
Yeah, you rolled a hit, and then if you hit, you roll for the stunning strike.
Yeah, that's going to hit. That's a 30.
Well, yeah, I mean, that will definitely hit.
And that's going to be 8 damage. So that one's down. That one's and I'm going to stunning strike the other one. So I'm going to unarmed strike the other one next to me, or next to him. So is that 13 hit?
13 will miss, as you do hit, but the Maragon manages to use the halberd to block enough that you impact into the armor, one of the shoulder pieces that has one of these devilish, fiendish skulls that's sculpted into it. Hit right there instead.
Still going to try to hit it again because I still have a third hit.
Just do it.
25.
That will hit.
And that's
now
going to be a
you can do
strike.
stunning strike.
Yeah.
18.
It was DC 16, yeah.
Yep,
So that
that
saves.
succeeds.
Yeah.
But roll that damage.
That's going to be 14.
14 damage. Okay.
And then, yeah, I'm going to leave. How tall is this roof?
12, 13 feet. It's a single-story building.
I'm gonna run up this roof, and now I'm on the roof.
Okay. A dirty 20 from the one that can attack.
22 is my armor class.
Missed. As you are too fast, as you run straight up this wall and onto the roof. Just a flurry of attacks as you come running in and get out. That brings us to Val. Lorwryn, you are the PC on deck.
All right. So can I go angled like this or no?
Yeah, of course.
Because if I could get to be right here.
Do you have 40 feet of movement?
I do. I got 40
then,
feet.
Yeah, you can make it there.
Okay, cool. Which one is down?
The one that is stunned is the one that is in front. That is the one that is currently...
That's the one who I'm going... Well, I'm going to... Bonus action, I'm going to activate my Crimson Right, which is... I do take 2 damage when I activate it, and I'm actually going to activate it on both of them. So when I'm holding them in my hands, any weapon that I'm holding is activated, and I found out I can do 2 of them. So, hell yeah. So I'm going to take 2 necrotic damage, but now they deal extra necrotic damage. And I'm going to take my first swing on the one who is...
stunned, so you have advantage.
I do. Let's see, that's a 21.
That'll hit.
Okay.
I'm going to use Violent Attraction on your weapons. You roll an extra 1d10 damage, Danny.
That's so cool.
Okay, 1d10?
Yep, add a d10 of damage.
Oh, that's so cool.
That's really cool.
Val, as you come in with this attack, this is an easy strike for you. This is a helpless opponent in this moment. And even as you are choosing the precise location, as you go to stab in, your blade moves almost with a will of its own, just straight down.
Shit. So I do 7 slashing, I believe, 2 necrotic. And then my d10. Which one's my 10? 10. It's gonna do 10.
19 total damage here.
Yes. Is he still? He's still alive?
Still alive.
Okay, then I'm gonna hit him. I'm gonna hit him with the other sword.
Let's do it.
All right, 20 to hit.
That'll hit. Jeez. And this is with your +3.
Yeah. Okay, and then I'm gonna roll 8 necrotic damage.
So you did 13, but still plus that additional necrotic. And the result is when you hit this time, again, before this thing has even managed to recover from Shin's attack, you just slice at the back of the neck, the helmet falls and clatters, and whatever was animating this thing inside of it, the spirit, disappears in this cloud of black smoke.
You just see me kind of look up at it as it like floats off, and then I stay there. Into my turn.
Love it. Then that brings up the Marigons. One of them is stunned, can't do anything. So the other, or wait a minute, one of them is dead, can't do anything. So the other one is going to try to make his 2 attacks against Val with a nat 20.
That's gonna hit.
The nat 20 will hit. So let's see.
Twice! That's
Twice. It's all public. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry.
It really doesn't like me. I don't know how this happens.
Hey, I mean, that's what things like silvery barbs and adamantine armor, that's what that's all for, because crits suck. But that is going to be 36 total points of damage from this crit. How does it manage to get the best of you in that moment, Val?
I'm looking up at its dead friend, the spirit of it, and I don't even see it come and hit me as I'm kind of looking up at it, because I've never seen that before.
There's just the, like, as we see Val watching it, we just hear the rubbing of the plate mail and the as just this brutal overhead strike that slashes you across the back, sends you arching in pain and turning to face your opponent. That brings up Lorwryn, and Korrin is on deck.
Lorwryn is going to just kind of look at Korrin next to him as the smoke comes to envelop her, and she will come behind the one that just hit her newfound friend, and we're just gonna, green flame blade this bitch in the back.
Do it.
Let's see.
Is it flanking? Does she get
yes,
advantage?
you'll have a +2 here. Good shout.
Well, that's a 22 on the first one, but I have advantage because we did the teleport thing. All right, 23.
You had advantage for what?
When I do that, the first attack that comes out of it gets advantage.
That's so cool.
Because I'm catching him off guard.
Heck yes.
So, but it's a 23. I rolled a
23 will absolutely hit.
So that's 11 plus 12 and plus 3, so 23, 26.
26. Huge strike. As you come in, you just appear behind your sword already wreathed in this green flame, striking from behind, and it almost like it catches the spirit inside of this armor alight for a second. The green flame just ripples across it as there's this.
She's just gonna kind of like look out from the side of it and go, "Hello." Does a 17 hit?
Just barely. Let's do this.
So that's 23 points of damage.
Please tell me how you finish this thing off in 2 quick strikes.
So when she comes in, she appears behind it and just kind of struts out of the appearance. Comes in and stabs the first one. Leans over so she can see Val and go, "Hey!" And then spins around and takes its head off with the second shot.
So cool. Clang, clang, clang. The helmet just goes rolling to the ground, the breastplate and pauldrons collapsing in a clatter moments later.
I gotta stick up for all the people that get critted in this thing on the first shot. Because that's Val and I. All we've done is gotten critted so far.
I genuinely am. It's all, you see it? It's right there.
No.
It's not me.
Anything for the bit.
I'm so sorry.
It's just Valkerie like, yeah, I did great. And this is that sucker punch that Thanos does to Tony every fucking time. That's what it is.
There were like 11 crits in the last session, so we're getting started.
Yeah.
You all now find yourselves just 15 feet or so away from the back corner of this unburned, but not entirely unmarred building. And like I said, you're close to the back corner of it right here. You can see emanating from the windows in here a rippling energy of orange with occasional flickers of green light.
All right, well, we're supposed to find the person who's doing this, right? So, you spell slingers, where are we going?
Just give me a second. Kalista's going to come close to the building and start looking around, basically sniffing around, seeing if she can't detect where the core of this spell is coming from or where the eye of this storm is.
While she's doing that, I'm looking at the dead bodies.
Do you mean the bodies of the things you just killed?
Yes.
It is only armor that remains of these. This twisted, sculptural style armor with, on the breastplate and pauldrons, these nightmarish horned skulls, while the helmet is this pudgy-cheeked visage of a baby. And as for the epicenter, this building, without question.
All right, she's going to start looking through windows.
Is it a 2-story building?
It is a 1-story building.
Okay, jumping down.
As you look inside, you see that it is entirely illuminated by the arcane energies being summoned in here. And your focus is at the thing standing in the center of this essentially large single room home. Could you please make me a perception check and an arcana check? One to see what you see, and one to see what you know.
Okay. Where's perception on here? Perception is an 18. Arcana is a 24.
This thing stands about 6 feet tall at the head, but about 7.5 feet tall at the tips of the gargoylish wings that are pierced in places with gold rings. The figure is wearing ornamental robes and this armor that is almost maybe armor, maybe purely decorative vest, but it looks kind of like musculature in the way it is carved. But the thing here is a combination of a warlock's worst nightmare and a corpse-fed toad. It has a mouth without lips, and each jaw contains dozens of razor-sharp teeth. Its nose is like it's been cut off, and then there is a silver decoration around it to call attention to it, all with these beady yellow eyes. And the devil inside these robes has rolls of flesh that, as it raises its hands and continues to chant, are just jiggling in a very grotesque way as he raises his voice.
Oh. Okay, so there is a figure we have to interrupt.
I have an idea.
I do too. I can possibly incapacitate him for a moment if you want to take the opportunity, Shin.
I could also just burn the building down.
I was thinking
Is it a
the
wooden
same
building?
thing.
Yeah.
I can jump onto this. I could jump onto the roof and set the roof on fire.
Wait, Shin, can you breathe fire too?
Devil.
I can breathe fire, and if
Yes!
we both get it,
Yes!
so if you want, we can both just get up on the roof and burn it down.
Kalista, you said you got a what on your arcana?
I got 24 on my Arcana.
This is a creature, a devil, known as an Amnitsu. They are cruel, and incredibly intelligent. They are powerful spellcasters and arcanists. And since they reside within the circles of hell, including, but not limited to, Avernus, they frequently live within flame.
Yeah, I don't think fire is going to hurt this figure, but I do have a spell that could possibly interrupt them momentarily.
Okay.
If you want to take that opportunity to attack in a moment.
All right. Where are they?
Standing in the center of this building.
So, here is the way we are going to resolve this. We are going to do this with a skill challenge. This is a series of rolls that can be from skills that you are proficient in, or an attack or a spell, but will handle things a little bit differently. Depending on what you're trying to accomplish with that spell or attack or skill, that will determine the DC. And this is a bit of a mini-game where your goal is to get 8 successes before you accumulate 8 failures. As the clouds above begin to swirl with increased intensity, the embers raining down, starting to become more than an inconvenience at this point. Buildings nearby that hadn't yet caught start to. So, the rules for this little minigame, like I said, you can use an attack or a spell, but you can only use an attack or a spell once. After that, you have to use skills that you are proficient in. If you fail, not only will you accumulate a failure, but there will be a consequence for each failure. Depending on whether you fail by 10 or more or not, will determine how big a consequence. Oh, one thing I forgot to say, if you choose to cast a spell as one of yours, you will not only add your spell casting modifier, you will also add to your roll the level of the spell you expend. So that's how it could possibly benefit you more. Now that we understand the rules of this game, I have to introduce one minor complication. And that is that this ritual has already progressed slightly, and therefore is more difficult to completely interrupt. And the way we are going to represent this is I am going to need 2 people to roll me d20s. Do not do it yet. This is rolling with advantage, so whatever the highest one, that is going to be the highest you are capable of rolling on your d20s throughout this skill challenge. So, I need 2 d20s, and I need them rolled publicly, please. Who would like to be these rollers? And we're going to do them one at a time. Matty, never one to slink from punishment. And it is a 6. Mallow, roll again, please. An 8. You all have very high skills, fortunately, but things are going to be very, very difficult right here. Korrin, you are first, and then Kalista, and then Jaeger.
Well, as she says in a mixture of Draconic and Giant Showtime, rages, gets big, grabs the roof of the building, and rips it the fuck off. Like,
as you tear away at this, what skill or attack are we using for this?
fucking athletics.
Athletics? So, I am going to also, because of the rage, give you a +2 on top of this.
Okay, so
The DC we're going to set, because your goal right now, in terms of making this a success, is to cause an opening for all of your friends, right?
yes, correct.
Okay, so that's going to be a very low DC. That is going to be a 16. So you have a total of a +13 right now because of the... Whoo! So you rolled an 18 on the die,
Yeah.
comes an 8, but you have a +13. So you get a 21, or I'm sorry, 21 here. So that is going to count as one success in your favor. As you rip a huge section of the roof away, just pulling it up, you get your first glimpse of this thing as it looks up at you and will immediately just redouble its efforts, begins to chant louder and faster. The air above starts to swirl. Orange lightning strikes filling the air. Kalista.
So Kalista is going to, now that the roof is off and she has a clear view of it, she's going to actually take a couple steps back, position herself just on Jaeger's side, and she's going to cast Hideous Laughter at the being.
Okay.
DC 18 Wisdom save.
So what level spell is that?
It is a level 1 spell because it doesn't actually get any bonuses if you up the spell level.
Of course, that makes a lot of sense. So what I would like you to do is roll me a d20 and add your spell attack modifier and then the +1.
Okay. Is at +10.
And because this individual has resistance to magic, that is going to make this DC right here 18.
Well, I got a 7, +10, +1,
7.
so I got exactly 18.
18 will exactly meet to beat, so that will count as a success. As you see this thing cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter, it doesn't actually take effect on it, but it has to raise a hand to stop the magic coming towards it, and its sharp, lipless mouth splits wide in a combination of a smile and a sigh, and it just flicks its fingers. Could someone roll me a d4 really quick?
Yeah, I got you.
Shin got it, I think. Did you roll it?
I rolled a 3
the
on
same thing.
D4.
You both rolled the same thing.
We both rolled 3.
Yeah, you both rolled, you both got a 3. It is 3. Flicks a finger, and there are 3 flashes behind it, and these figures with long limbs that have countless sharp, long spikes growing off of them appear from this quick puff of smoke, and he points towards you, Kalista, and they start charging towards you. That will bring up Jaeger. We currently have 2 successes and no failures.
Jaeger is going to immediately get between Kalista and the charging 3. And he is going to make a door right there by shoulder charging it with his shield. And if he can bust through, the vibe I'm going for is intimidation.
So, trying to intimidate this thing by bursting in the door. This thing is a resident of the Hells and is going to be very, very hard to intimidate. So without looking at your score, to intimidate him into a success is going to require a 20. I would let you use your strength bonus instead of your charisma bonus if you wanted.
Intimidation's pretty high. I'm gonna Kool-Aid Man this door, or this wall.
I didn't run through the fucking building. I didn't even think of that. Whatever, it's okay.
12 down to an 8, plus 12, 20.
Meets and beats.
Oh yeah!
As you come breaking and shattering in, these smaller devils going scampering like over the wall and outside to try to find Kalista. This thing takes a step back, but then recollects itself, and those who understand Infernal hear as it says, "I serve far worse than you." Shin.
So, how big is this thing's mouth?
Like width?
Yeah, like, is it a human-sized mouth?
Probably about a foot
Okay.
across.
Shin, in one fluid and insanely fast motion, is going to burst through the window that's in front of me. He is going to, like, dash and ricochet off walls. In that motion, he's going to pull out of his bag of holding. He's going to jump onto the head and stuff a block of incense into the thing's mouth. And I'm wanting to use acrobatics to do all of that.
Such a similar idea.
I'll allow acrobatics for that. The DC here for this in this situation, I will set it at its AC because this is kind of like a physical attack style thing. So, without announcing that, you can go ahead and roll.
It's a 19 on the dice.
Drops down to an 8.
And that's a plus 11, so that's a 19.
Plus 11. So you pull this incense out, come bursting through this window, and as you jump up to try to shove it into this thing's mouth, it steps to the side and just brushes its hand against you. As it does, and you will take 18 points of necrotic damage.
Oh.
And begins chanting once again. That is 1 failure. Val, you are up. Lorwryn, you are on deck.
So, I want to try to blind this thing by putting sand in its eyes.
Love it.
Pocket. I want to use athletics because I'm sticky. Like, I could technically climb up it. Or I could climb onto something. I don't know. The roof has been ripped off. But I do feel like there could be a wall about in which I could be up to.
100%. You could get up on a nearby adjacent building. Which,
I'm going to get on the
streets...
nearby adjacent building and use athletics for this.
Okay. And trying to just like toss sand into this thing's eyes.
To try to blind it.
I'll take that interpretation. We'll use the same AC here because it's a similar concept.
Oh no, this is not good. I got a 7. Okay, my athletics is plus 10, so 17. It's not going to do it, because that 19 didn't do it.
That is not going to do it. And as you throw this towards it, you watch as it just brushes its hand by the charging Shin and just rots some of his flesh away. And as you throw this, turns towards you, and its beady eyes suddenly feel like they are right in front of you as you start to hear its echoing voice in your head.
Pathetic disappointment.
Could you roll me a wisdom saving throw, please?
Okay.
With a plus 5.
I got 20.
20 plus 4 additional.
Yes.
Which is going to succeed through your years of training for exactly this purpose. A huge part of the training of the Clawbound, yes, is physical, but is also mental. And the ability to slam down the walls on who and what you are is something that was drilled and drilled and drilled. And so you are able to force this entity out of your mind and disentangle its fingers that had started to sink into your brain.
Get out of my mind!
That will bring up Lorwryn. We are at 3 and 2.
We're gonna cast a spell here. We're gonna cast Black Tentacles. We're gonna get a little freaky with it. And we're just gonna start subduing it and things like that. You know, we're gonna take away its
100%.
9 on the die, and then plus 12.
An 8 plus 12 in total?
In total. So that's 20.
That is meat to beat of exactly what I had set.
They're tentacle-esque and then start to sort of form hands, almost like spider legs. Like they come out of the ground like it would be like a spider on its back, and start to try to kind of like pull it under with it and restrain it.
Love that. That is so cool. And as it kind of wraps around the arms of this thing, it pulls against it and gives a slathering response in Infernal.
The Archduchess will flay you alive.
No.
That will bring up Korrin with Kalista on deck. That is another success, y'all. You are at 4 successes, 2 failures. You are currently leading the pace.
All right. Korrin, not being very fond of spell slingers, She's going to look around on the bottom to see if there's something that she can disrupt, or if anything, cut this man's head off. She knows spells work with hands, mouths, and just other things. She knows how they work. It's just, hey, if I can't break it, I'm just going to break the thing that's trying to do the spell.
Okay, make me a perception check.
Bet. All right. I rolled a 26, a 19 on the die.
Okay, so dropping that down to an 8.
8 plus 7.
So with a 15, as you're looking around, there is so much chaos right here. You watch as the runes start to glow brighter. And as you are looking, there are just these small rock-sized burning pieces of brimstone start to fall. And you just look up and you see as this hail of hell starts to fall around the area where you currently are. And as you get pelted by a few of them, you will take 10 total fire damage. That will bring Kalista up as these 3 devils come charging your way. Their skin looks like sharpened armor. You can't tell whether it is actually something that they have donned or a part of them, but one way or the other, it is covered in needle-sharp spikes, some of them 2.5, 3 feet in length.
Okay. She is going to ignore those. And she's going to close her eyes and Sherlock style go through her mind palace, thinking back to what she knows of spells of this sort, of rituals like these, opening a portal to another realm, another dimension, and using history, because she's proficient in history, she's going to try to seek out the anchor to which this portal is coming from, because most times you need a tuning fork or some sort of tuning piece of metal, and she's going to try to seek that out and cast. I'm not using the casting as part of this, I'm using the skill check, but I want to cast a spell on the tuning metal.
Love it. Okay, could you make me a history check? We're going to say this one, because that was a very detailed and convincing description there. I will set this. You said you were or were not using a spell.
I'm going to use a spell on top of it.
Okay.
But I'm using the history check because you're only supposed to be allowed to use one spell, so it's just like sprinkled on top.
I will let you then add the level of that spell on top of your roll. So the DC is going to be, use this to determine what level you would like to use for this spell. The DC will be 20.
Okay. I will use I'll use a 5th level spell slot on that.
Ooh. Okay. So in addition to your history, that will give you a +5.
So it's plus 15 altogether.
So if you roll a 5 or higher, you get this.
Oh god. Please. I'm so scared to click this button. A natural 20. Bless my imaginary friends.
We are going to count that as 2 successes in your favor. How do you avoid these 3 barbed devils as they come charging at you and get into a position where you can actually try to see what it is you're looking for?
She does not avoid them. She will take the cuts and she will close herself off from everything except for her focal point, and close herself off from the damage even as her skin and her robe is cut and blood starts pouring down her arms. She is focused entirely on that point in front of her as she steps by these devils and casts the spell as soon as she hits the window, as soon as she sees what she's looking for. Dispel magic.
I'm going to give you a choice here.
Okay.
I know I said that it gives you 2 successes, but I'll give you a choice in this moment for that nat 20. It can either give you 2 successes or 1 success as per usual and that spell slot will not be expended.
Please hold as I check out my spell slots.
We had 4 or 5 successes right now before any Kalista
You
stuff.
were at 4, so you will either be at 5 or 6, and there are 3 failures.
I'm going to choose to use the spell slot. So 2
Use the spell slot. Okay. 2 successes in your favor as you take several strikes from these devils, but maintain your focus. And there you notice that there is a pendant that this figure is wearing, but with all of the other raining embers and fire all around, how could you be expected to notice one lima bean-sized orange glowing jewel? But now you do. And you focus your attention on that, and you cast Dispel Magic, and it shatters on his chest. And the rune circle, which had started to rise from the ground to above the building, so it's over your head, between the furious clouds and you, it starts to flicker as you cast that. Jaeger, you are up. We have 6 successes and 3 failures.
Okay. We need 8?
You need 8. You are at 6.
Okay.
At this point, as it starts to flicker, the Amnitsu here starts to rip into its own flesh a little bit, tearing away, and its mouth is large as it is just focusing every single bit of arcane energy on completing this ritual, whether it live or die in the process. The DCs here are going to reflect that increased focus and intensity.
Jaeger is going to slam the shield into the ground so he can free up and grab the trident with 2 hands. And it is going to start pulsing with divine fire. And he's going to square up with this thing as it's ripping itself apart. And from behind his mask, it's just going to be a low grumble. For all shadow comes from light. I am neither, but you will be unmade. And from the ground is going to be golden chains that are transparent, but reach up and grip each arm and pull him down. And I'm going to use my Channel Divinity to get a +10 bonus to an attack roll. And I'm going to pump a level 3 smite into this. And I'm going to light this motherfucker up.
All right. I have a DC written down here. I just wrote it. I'm moving the pen away so that there is public record of it. You have a +10 on top of your
+12.
+12. So, go ahead and roll. That's insane.
Oh god, I'm so scared.
So the DC that I had set, what did you roll?
I rolled a 10, +10, +12.
So 33.
Plus a level 3 smite, if that counts.
yes, that if it's level 3, that adds another 3, so 36. I set this DC. Before I knew about all those bonuses, I was increasing the DC to 25. You certainly beat that with an extra 11 here. So please, as it was already struggling against Lorwryn's spell that she cast earlier, as these golden chains start to pull it down, it shakes and quivers with focus and with its final moments being dedicated, its life force being entirely depleted in the attempt to finish this spell, this ritual.
Just to add a little bit more drama, I'm also going to use a reaction to cast Violent Attraction on his trident as well, to add another 1d10 to it, just for a little bit of extra sprinkle.
You get some snaps for that. I can't give you another success, but major props.
It's just for prettiness, just
yes,
for the drama.
I respect using resources for prettiness so much. I truly, truly do. At this moment, I need everyone really quick to roll me a d20. Just straight. This isn't impacted by the 8. This is to determine luck.
10. Get 3.
19.
19.
6.
Korrin and I are hanging out in the 3 squad.
Oh, could you two roll off then?
Okay.
I got a 12.
I got a 1.
Oh no!
Noted. That will be relevant later. Not at this moment, though. Shin, you are up.
Okay, I don't know a whole lot of what I can do. I've come up with 2 possibilities. I'm probably going to fail
Sell me.
both of them. So, Shin's going to roll off what just happened, and he's immediately going to launch, because everybody else is in this room, right?
Some are still outside, but the building is not much of a building anymore. So you can see everyone and everything, including these devils.
So, I hope this works the way I want it to. Shin is again going to jump. He's going to run and jump at this creature, and he's going to flip acrobatically to where his face is facing their face downward. So he is upside down at the moment that he does this, and he's going to use Breath of the Dragon with the element of lightning straight down. Because it does not have an attack roll. It is a DC Dex 16.
Okay, we will take that into account here.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say that is going to give you a +3 on this roll. Because of both Lorwryn's and Jaeger's restraints on this thing right now, I'm going to take that into account on this as well and give you an additional +3 here. Use your to hit bonus with your shocking grasp, your magical to hit. So we'll use a +8, and then you have a +6 on top of that. So that gives you a +14 in total.
Okay. Don't be a bitch, 20. Don't be a bitch. Oh, you're a bitch. That's a 5.
So with the DC of 21, with a +14 to it and a 19, that will be 1 failure. And
I'm trying, guys. I'm trying so hard.
You're doing great. But sometimes stuff hurts. As you come running at it, and where you jump just erupts in fire for a second, and you have to jump back as it reaches towards you, and this slimy hand touches the side of your face and begins to sear in pain as you take 8 necrotic damage. That brings up Val. It is 7 successes and 4 failures.
I want to try to take out one of its eyes. I'm going to try to stab out one of its eyes and eat it. That's my goal.
Jesus! That's so graphic! All right. Which weapon are you using?
I'm going to use my longsword and try to spear it.
You have 2. Which one?
I do have 2. I'm going to use my +3 longsword. Oh, no. All right. It's 9 on the die plus 13, 22. I don't know if the 8...
Its AC is a 21.
Do I hit it?
Which means even with the 9 going down to an 8, you get exactly a 21. And so you stab at its eye. And as you do, Korrin, where are you in the final moments of this thing?
I haven't even made it into the building yet. I'm still outside, looking inside.
Valkerie, could you please describe the final moments of this devil, this lieutenant of Zariel?
I jump from the wall that I'm on and stab it through with my longsword. Pull back, and I pop one of its giant eyes out. And as I do that, the chains just pull at it more, and it just crumbles to the ground. And all the pieces of rock just kind of crumble, and a giant dust kind of fills the air.
It falls to the ground and is in the process of dying, and it almost starts to deflate. As it does, the runic circle above flickers with every gasping breath of this thing. And as it lies on its back, its head lolls back and sees the large shape of Korrin being 14 or so feet tall. Korrin, could you please, publicly, we are out of the skill challenge at this point. You all have succeeded with an 8-to-4 ratio. You succeeded in this skill challenge. So we don't have the limitations of the 8 on the D20. Could you please roll me an intelligence saving throw, Korrin? With a +5, is it, from Jaeger?
I don't know if he's close enough to Jaeger right now for...
Jaeger busted through the...
And it goes like 10 feet around Jaeger, and Jaeger is about 10 feet across, so it's about a 30-foot in total aura that he covers. I will say he absolutely covers. I will remind you, you all do have an inspiration die. If you want to use it in this moment, you can, since no one, I think, has.
Part of me, they're on my shoulders. Part of me's like, yo, let it fucking ride. Let's see what's gonna happen. Because chaos. You know what? What will the inspiration die do? Remind
re-roll it. Just re-roll the d20. I will let you know this here and now. The DC for this is 19.
Oh, fuck.
You have a +5 from Jaeger, which means you have a little greater than a 25% chance of success here.
You know what? Oh, God. Fuck it. I'm gonna sit with it. Fuck it. We ride. Fuck it. We ball. Fuck it. We ball.
Okay. As this thing lulls back in its final moments of presence on this plane, not its final moments of life, just its final moments here, it locks its one yellow, beady eye with you, Korrin. And the world around you disappears. You find yourself in black.
It was a mistake for you to leave your home. Your husband will weep for you, I suspect. But don't worry. You won't remember any of that anymore.
And you find yourself feeling so free. As with his final moments, as the boiling clouds above dissipate, not entirely, but no longer collected, the lightning strikes stop. The circle disappears. As he casts Feeble Mind on you.
Can I use a reaction?
It's already cast. It's already been rolled and accepted. Your memories, your personality, yourself is locked away in blissful, forgetful ignorance. As of right now, You have an intelligence and a charisma score of 1. You're still able to identify who your friends are, but more from a emotional and primal sense than a memory or a word. The 3 barbed devils, seeing this one fall, give a almost primate-like chitter and just disappear. The ritual is stopped. Highgale will not fall under the enormous meteors of brimstone that would have fallen across this entire great city. But a price has been paid. And in this moment, as the body of this devil deflates and then just disappears, what are you all doing?
Is there a noticeable change in Korrin's demeanor?
I'll leave that to Korrin.
Absolutely. What you see from Korrin, what you just saw from her, is just the very blissful, like, she still loves battle, but she has a glow, a warm aura about her. It's cold now. Like you said, what you see your compatriot, you see the way she looks, but there's something feral, something unchained, primal. Something's off, like you would see with an animal that has rabies.
I'm gonna say to Shin, because I think he's also just whoever's closest to me. The eye did something. Look at her.
So Shin, being a monk and being trained by the Concordant Dragon, is going to very softly approach Korrin and in very guttural draconic is going to be like,
I am friend. I am not an enemy, not something to attack.
and he's going to touch the side of Korrin's mind, and through insight and monk training is going to basically see what the spell did. Would that be allowed?
Sure. Make me an insight check.
It's an 18.
I'll pass this over to you, Korrin. Knowing what you know about how this effect impacted you, and knowing that you can still recognize friends, what does Shin see behind your eyes and in your behavior, as you have now shrunk back down to normal Korrin size?
Korrin, as you look into Korrin's eyes, Korrin does not understand anything you just said. Korrin,
actually, you do. Because of my monk ability, Tongue of Sun and Moon, anything can understand what I'm saying, even if you don't have the skill of language.
Oh, sweet.
Interesting about the wording of it. I hate to say it, but Korrin doesn't. Because of the wording, any creature that can understand language.
Oh, you're right.
And Korrin, with a 1 intelligence, cannot understand language right now.
Oh, okay. You're good.
But
good.
I will say that the advantage that gives you will be more the ability to tap into the other modes of communication that are still available to you.
I will say, as I see Shin do this, I've seen this happen before once. It wasn't good.
Lorwryn, Val, and Kalista, because of your proficiencies in Arcana, roll me an Arcana check, please.
I'm fairly certain I actually have that spell. Would I recognize it if I have the spell?
If you know that, if you have that spell in your spell book, then I will say you don't need to make this roll, because you can just go look at your spell.
Yeah, I have it.
Cool.
I have that spell.
I got a 27.
Auto success. 27.
I rolled a nat 20.
Damn.
I already have something prepared for this too.
All I was going to say, all of you, with either the direct knowledge of it or indirect through studying, recognize the spell and the effect of Feeble Mind. You know what I described about impacting the personality and intelligence of the creature. Doesn't make them automatically hostile, and it is not unable to be reversed, though it is difficult to reverse. To all of your knowledges, outside of extreme measures, the two main ways to undo it are greater restoration and heal.
Need that cleric. I'm going to cast telepathy. And Korrin can't block me at that point. And I'm going to project back a lot of the things that we have witnessed together as a team and impart what the goal is, including showing Zariel and things like that. And it's going to montage through these things. And at the end, I'm going to project the team all hugging Korrin at the same time.
And telepathy is an incredible spell, incredibly powerful spell, and does allow the communication with things that have even just
images.
A 1 intelligence score.
Yeah, I'm using the evoke feeling kind of piece.
I love it with all of my heart. Korrin, as you see these images being played for you, these emotions, connections, how do you respond?
She cries. At her core, Korrin has always been in tune with her rage. People have thought that she was lesser because she of her class type, of her race, and always everyone sees her as, when she was younger, just a missile. That's what you were. You were a weapon. That is all you were. But throughout her life, she met friends, she met people who cared about her and everything, and that softened her emotionally, but not to where she couldn't do her job. But seeing all of this come back from someone who she just met within the time frame of what we've been through, her body, instead of being on edge the entire time while Shin is trying to talk to her, she relaxes and lets all of that shower over her and that emotional weight, and she just cries. There's no audible noise, it's just growls and whatever, but she is crying and shakes her head like she understands.
Jaeger's going to drop his trident and shield and kneel down in front of Korrin and slowly try to embrace Korrin in a hug. And in that of a whisper is reciting the oaths that are affixed to him. And each oath is going to slowly pulse just a little bit. He's going to fully embrace. And after a couple seconds, both of them are going to glow. And he is going to use, unsure how effective it'll be, but as a paladin, he has an ability called Cleansing Touch, that I can end one spell on a willing creature that I touch. And that's all it says. But you interpret it, Ethan, however much you want to.
There is no interpretation necessary. It does exactly what it says. And so, I would love for you to finish describing what it looks like as this glow occurs. And then I would love to know from Korrin how Korrin responds as that little cell that your self was locked inside is opened, and you return to this moment, both returning to your awareness of yourself and the situation around you.
The glow is going to be almost cold feeling in this area of hellfire and soot. It's going to be a chilled touch that'll kind of jolt you a little bit. But then it irradiates and becomes... It's almost like eating a homemade stew. How it warms you from the inside. And after he starts muttering the prayers, there's just the words of, "It's gonna be okay," over and over and over, until he feels that you stop shaking, crying.
So, we go into Korrin's mind, her curled up in the fetal position, crying, surrounded by a cage. And you just hear of pat, 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 pat of footsteps. And it is Gren. He breaks the lock off of the cell and opens it. And he says to me, "You made a promise.
We're supposed to come back home. You can't stay here. Your friends and this world needs you. I need you. You're the matriarch. Rise and fight."
And he will open the cage and come in and lift me up and then point to my friends, the party.
Now go on out there and get them. And as Korrin comes back to herself and back to this moment, what response do we see from Korrin?
She is wailing, crying, and you see the light return back to her eyes. Jaeger feels warmth. It goes from the warmth that he put into her to a red hot rage. And she is screaming. She is angry. She is volatile. But she knows what her job is to do, and she will kill the fuck out of this Lord of Sin today. Because no one, and I repeat, no one will ever make her feel this way ever again.
Lorwryn grabs her hand and falls to the ground.
Fantastic. As we see Lorwryn slumping down, Jaeger still holding Korrin in this embrace as she screams, and the other three members of this party taking up defensive positions, giving the others just a moment to recover. We pull out from this residential area, and we see flames and that large, growing portal from Avernus here into Highgale.
And as it pulls away, we also hear bells. For the tower stands, and so do we.
The tower stands, and so do you, and the bells of Highgale continue to ring defiantly against the onslaught of the Archduchess of Avernus.
Lords of Sin is Cory J. Phillips as Shin, Danielle Phillips as Valkerie, TheMalloMan as Lorwryn, Aaron as Jaeger, Matty as Kalista, Mav as Korrin, and Ethan as all the other stuff.